We zijn in Humala, Estland. Ex-militair Kainar Kroes neemt ons mee naar een vrijwillig militair trainingskamp voor studenten van het 6e middelbaar.
This place is an old Soviet air defense base, and we are conducting part of this student training where we introduce military life to them and bring them out to the wild fields to show them how to survive and how to act in the open area. I'm giving this class, this course, and I've done that over 5 years now.
Ondanks de politieke spanningen zijn er ook Russisch sprekende studenten aanwezig.
The relations between Estonian and Russian students over this weekend are really good. They are eager to learn. For example, the Russians want to learn Estonian, and then Estonians want to learn Russian, and it's really fun and satisfying to look at. The Russian students, they are often living in Russian media space, and they are asking really much questions about NATO. For us, from me, from the other students, and they think that the NATO is threat to Russia. But during this event, we can explain them that it's not so. Actually, there's a different point of view things, and they're really surprised. Is it really so? What we had sleeping bags and some kind of beds. It's meant to do up to 12 people. My thoughts about NATO in Estonia, it's necessary because of the activities of the Russia next to our borders and what's happening in Crimea and in Ukraine. I think it's really good to having NATO in here, because it also gives Estonian population and people a sign that we are not alone, and that there are people behind us, and all the other nations are supporting us. We are conducting different activities, like how to make bonfire, how to give first aid, how to read signs out there, and so on, so on. After that experience, they are really positive attitude, and they're saying to other students to take part of this course and come out here. I think they're more prepared to go to the military after that experience, because they have seen many people walking around wearing uniforms and talking about conscript service, and they have some knowledge and skills already to go there.
Tallinn, de bruisende hoofdstad van Estland en daarnaast het politieke hart van de meest noordelijke Baltische staat. In het parlement zetelt Jaak Madison van het rechtsconservatieve EKRE in de oppositie. Hij geeft zijn mening over een mogelijke Russische dreiging.
There is a risk for the provocations for some military attacks for some part of Baltics, and the one main reason what can be is just to get proof to NATO what will happen, how they react. There is all the time risk that to make provocations that what will happen with NATO, and if it's proved that NATO Article 5 is not working, then there is a pissed off a little bit. And also there are inside political reasons in Russia why they are trying to have a fight all the time with someone. There are problems with economical questions, so then there has to be someone who's fought, and of course you can't be fought yourself.
De Kaitselit, of de Estonian Defence League, is een paramilitaire organisatie die de onafhankelijkheid van Estland verdedigt. De vereniging telt zo'n 15.000 leden en Silver Fokin is daar één van.
I've been a member of the Defence League from the age of 15. I joined because of a necessity to contribute to my country's defense. Also, since I knew that I had to go to the compulsory military service, I knew that if I knew something, then it would be a little bit easier to cope there. And also, a year before I joined, the Georgian war was on. So for me, the threat was pretty close. We all have our equipment at home, and some members also have weapons at home. There's a lot of Defense League members that have their own personal weapons. So we're the first responders basically. If there's a situation where I have to use a weapon, I need to know that I'm using it for the right reason. I'm shooting at the right people. If I get shot, or die, I know that I've done my part. I've done what I can for my country, for the people around me, people next to me, my family. So I'm completely aware of the risks.
De Esten kennen een woelige geschiedenis van bezettingen en oorlogen, en dat heeft diepe wonden geslagen.
Вот тогда и появился конфликт. Конечно, эстонцам не нравились советские порядки. Эстония была независимой очень долго, 20 лет Эстония была независимой, но когда человек почувствовал вкус свободы, то с этой свободой расстаться очень трудно. Конечно, в Советском Союзе свободы не было. И эстонцы это тоже на себе чувствовали. Были репрессии, были аресты. После войны опять была ссылка в Сибирь, отправили 15 тысяч человек. Многие эстонцы из Сибири не вернулись, они погибли там. Конечно, это очень была тяжелая историческая память.
Mary Ann is een Amerikaanse activiste met Estse roots. Elke woensdag staat ze aan de Russische ambassade om te protesteren.
We protest every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and we've been doing this for almost 3 years. And basically our message is we would like to see democracy in Russia, and we would like to see Putin stop the war in Ukraine, return Crimea to Ukraine. We have had all kinds of reactions, nothing violent. We mostly get positive gestures and messages from the people walking by who are tourists, including tourists from Russia. Sometimes they join us and they encourage us to yell Russia without Putin in Russian. There are others that are local Russians, young guys, kind of punks, I would say, smart folks, who try to give us trouble.
I have no hard feelings for Russians. I have a lot of Estonian Russian friends. I also have Russian friends from Russian Federation. So for me, they're people. That's what I always say, that they're the same people as we. But the thing is that they're in a different kind of understanding of world, of how things are for them, or some, at least for some Russians living here or even in Russia. It's, Russia's their home, Russia is their nation, and whatever Russia does is they know that their leaders are making the best decisions, but the best decisions aren't the best for the neighboring countries.
I mean, Estonians and Russians, younger people, get along really well. And it really depends in which area you go to. Like, we do have the predominantly Russian areas, but it doesn't mean that everyone there is pro-Russia or something like that. It really depends on the person, how you are as a person, and what kind of views you have. And yeah, but usually the situation at the moment is okay from what I've heard and witnessed myself. But we do have more military training, but at the same time, Russia is also doing military training, so it's like Cold War all over again. Everyone is training. At least we're keeping fit, so that's good. In the Russian community, some people watch only Russian media, and they are maybe a bit scared of the Estonian, or they don't trust the Estonian media or the Western media.
In Estonia, we have like between 25 and 30% of the population are like the Russian speaking. And there's also three different parts. There are one part is very well integrated, are speaking Estonian. They're very patriot, loyalty for the government and for the country. The second part is like in the middle, so they doesn't care very much. Take care about that they have a work, they will pay taxes, that the children can go to the school, and that's all. And the third part is the biggest problem. I think that they are very manipulated from the Russian media, from the propaganda machine, and they are some kind of feeling that they have a great Russian history and they are part of the nationality of the Russian.
Достаточно много медиа на русском языке, и печатные, и электронные, но у них позиция буферная, я бы ее назвал так. То есть они уже ушли от традиций российских медиа, но еще не пришли к европейской традиции. А самое главное, они обслуживают информационно интересы читателей, которые все-таки ориентированы больше на Россию и отождествляют себя с Россией. И да, они могут что-то критиковать немножко Россию, но вы редко в русскоязычных медиа прочитаете критику в адрес Путина или такое определение, что Россия оккупировала Крым.
If we are talking about communication and about media, this constructivism is taking over. We are not reflecting anymore the things what are going in society, but we are constructing some kind of opinions and attitudes and trends. And everybody is constructing according to their interests, what they would like to have.
Verschillende stemmen en meningen uit meerdere hoeken, maar professor Kaja Tampere probeert te relativeren.
There is even no reason to war. It is just that people are living with different values. And if I'm not accepting your values, and so what? You have right to have your values. I have right to have my values. And they mustn't integrate. No? No?
We zijn onderweg naar Narva, de meest oostelijke stad van Estland. 90% van de bevolking spreekt de Russisch. Niet ongewoon als je weet dat Narva de laatste pitstop is voor je Rusland binnenrijdt.
So we are in Narva, we are on the upper promenade and we are really close to the Russian border, so we are just in between the Narva castle and Ivangorod fortress. It's an Estonian sightseeing, it's the main sightseeing in Narva basically, and it was of course important in Narva history and in Estonian history because it has always been the first border point and the first point where enemies used to come and the castle used to protect Estonia or Narva city, let's say so.
Дело в том, что, скажем, эстонская часть, да, не эстонская часть, а коренное население Эстонии, оно, конечно, больше смотрит на западный мир, да, и перенимает вот эти традиции европейской культуры в большей степени с Запада, нежели чем с Востока. Конечно, какую-то часть этих традиций, естественно, мы как носители языка имеем и имеем какое-то расположение к России в этом плане, но дело в том, что те русские, которые родились здесь и которые, так сказать, имеют здесь какие-то корни, они несколько другие, отличаются от тех россиян, которые живут постоянно в России и приобрели что-то и с западной стороны, и с восточной, и они, так сказать, понимают ту нормальную середину, которая должна бы, так сказать, взаимодействовать пониманию между двумя этническими общинами, которые здесь живут на этой территории Эстонии. Это глупо вообще бояться России в данной ситуации глупо, потому что ни в коем случае нельзя сравнивать те события, которые происходили в том же Косово, на Украине, и что происходит и происходило здесь. Это совершенно разные геополитические зоны, где по-разному и менталитет людской совершенно по-другому сложился. И поэтому рассматривать Россию как угрозу для Прибалтики, это просто смешно. Это просто люди, те, которые делают на этом деле политическую карьеру. Я бы не назвал это Европой. И не только здесь Прибалтику, это даже бывшие социалистические страны, так называемые, тоже, видите, на Европу мало похоже даже. Притом, к сожалению, находятся в Европейском Союзе. Это еще не Европа.